Now, Trotsky goes into detail about the entire incident, and he claims that the government allowed the situation to grow into what it became. The government even allowed the Telegraph to write about it. Quote, "Every Paris concierge knew 3 days in advance that there was going to be a revolution in Petersburg on Sunday, January 9th, and the Russian government did not move a finger to avoid the massacre." So on top of all of the ills that they have against the government at this point, they knew it was coming. They didn't do anything to stop it. And then they had this horrible reaction where, the Tsar's men literally fired bullets into a peaceful crowd of protesters. Talk about a PR disaster. You could not have... it's almost like they intentionally went out of their way to do everything that they should not have done. It's almost as if the government was antagonizing the revolution in some ways. Just absolutely insane. Now, he also points out the government's lackluster reaction. Quote, "At a meeting of the Committee of Ministers on January 11th, Count Witt, not then in power, proposed that the events which had taken place on the 9th and the measures for the future prevention of such regrettable events be discussed. Witt's proposal was rejected as not falling within the committee's competence and not included in the agenda for the present meeting. The Committee of Ministers allowed the beginning of the Russian Revolution to go unnoticed because the Russian Revolution was not on its agenda." Damn. What a shot right there. I could only imagine being a Russian citizen at this time and reading something like that. It's absolutely true. The government, it allowed all this to go on because, it's not on the agenda. It's not on the agenda. When sometimes you hear or read, a statistic about, the US government, for example, and it does this, this stupid, horrible thing so inadequately, it's so inept, it's just a horrible nightmare, and you just sit there like, man, stupid government. Just imagine that feeling times like a million. The Russian government's letting the revolution happen. And, it's not on the committee or it's not on the agenda, so we can't do anything about it. We'll deal with it next time. Maybe it'll be on the agenda next time. Absolutely insane. And this points out the government's horrible ineptitude. News of Bloody Sunday caused 122 additional revolts. People were mad. They were done with this. These were their fellow Russian comrades, their fellow citizens, and there was a priest. There's a religious component to all of this. It's just insane. It's one thing to be regressive and attack your own people, but you get someone as religious as the Russian people were, and still are. And oh boy, you're stepping on the wrong toe.